Patch 3.1 is live. In today's video, guys, I want to go over those details, but we also want to see this famous AI fix and if it is working correctly. As you saw right there, it is not. So apparently, Plarium didn't exactly do a great job at double checking if their fix was actually working. All that being said, let's jump into today's video. So let's first start with patch 3.1, the notes. I'm going to highlight the ones that struck me the most. For example, here, when fighting against another Lydia, the Death Siren herself will no longer get stuck in an endless counter-attack cycle. We have Yakral's Scourge, where his third skill, Glaciate, was now working correctly. I believe the order of the hits was wrong. We also had Burgoth the Malformed, which will now correctly heal against the Ice Golem when he is hit. And here it's one that I really like. I just talked about that in a previous video. Increase the chances of getting epic and legendary materials from the 20th and 21st faction crypt stages. This is great because I have a whole lot of extra legendary materials and I would have to farm lower stages if I would want to balance out those mats, so this is great. And then on to the champion AI fixes. So as you saw in the beginning, there's only one that I tested so far. I'm going to do a little bit more testing for you guys today. We covered this before, so I'm not going to spend too much time on here, but Coldheart will use the Flurry of Arrows skill if the Fire Knight shield is up. It just doesn't work. Sadly, it doesn't work right now, so that brings up the question of, do all these other champion AI fixes actually work? And now on to a little bit more news for you guys this morning. We are going to have a 10x event starting this Friday. For example, we are going to have Elder Skarg, Ignatius, Jotun, Kalia, Shiramani, Gurgo, Luria, and Exemplar in this event from Ancient, Sacred, and Void Shards. Now, we just kind of went all in with the holidays. We know there's going to be another fusion at some point, but it's probably a couple weeks down the road. So if you want to pull for these champions, here's a quick overview of what each of them can do. Ignatius is well known for his HP burn ability, so if you need that in your roster, maybe that's a good idea. He also has a provoke and a stun, if I'm not mistaken, on his A1. Elder Skarg also has the HP burn, more like a nuker as well. Single target, if I recall correctly. He does have a 60% increased defense on himself. He does have a fear though, which is pretty huge, but you can kind of see a pattern here. We're going to see HP burn. Next, we're going to see Gurgo, which has freeze, and then the other champions also have freeze. So this is kind of like the combination of HP burn and freeze, which is really good for the Frostbiter. It's good in some other applications as well, but that's typically where we would use these right now. If you have Yakral's Scourge, which has got fixed, maybe you want to pull for one of these freeze champions because that is going to power him up. So we also have Gurgo the Augur, which is unfortunately void though, pretty hard to get, but he's a great nuker. Freeze, remove buffs as well, which is huge. This was buffed not too long ago. Then we have Kalia. I didn't fill her out. She's a good nuker though. I know she hits pretty hard. We do have Luria as well, which can hit pretty hard. I forgot to fill this up, but she has a freeze and a remove buffs and block buffs on a single target though. That's on a 5-turn cooldown. Then we have the Exemplar here, which has a triple hit, a weaken. She also has a freeze and block cooldown skills, and Jotun I did not even fill out. So to be honest, guys, like, this is not super amazing. I mean, it's nice, but I forgot even to put Shiramani in here, so I believe her is also the freeze, if I'm not mistaken. Let me quickly pull her out. Here we go, with Shiramani, where she has a heal, another heal, but she also has a freeze, AoE, turn meter, increase self, and then a freeze on the A1. So again, guys, you see the pattern here, right? Freeze and HP burn. This is the theme of this 10x event. Are you guys going to pull? Let me know in the comments below. All right, now let's go back into the game and do a full run of this Fire Knight with 2 Coldhearts. We want to see this happening. Perhaps there's another sort of metric that is coming into play to affect if these Coldhearts are going to do their A1 or their A3 when the shield is up on the Fire Knight. This is a team that I've been using for a very long time. I'm going to call this my speed farming team with no legendaries. In fact, I have a full build video on this team if you guys want to see the build of these champions. It has not really changed that much since the last time. I believe perhaps the speeds a little bit and the accuracy on the Coldhearts have changed, but that is mainly for the Doom Tower, except that, I mean, this is the same thing, right? So clearing the waves is all done by Seer. When she cycles back around, we don't have a champion like Renegade or Prince Kaimar to reduce our cooldowns, but about 34-35 seconds to clear the waves is pretty decent. Here we go. We got an A1, I believe, right there. A1 as well. Okay. Not sure if the A3 was on cooldown, but as you saw in the beginning, she literally went with an A3 right up against the shield, right? So not exactly perfect. So let's see if we're going to see that happen again here. I assume now we maybe got a little bit lucky, right? It kind of landed at the right time. Let's see with the next Coldheart. Okay, so her A2 is down. We're maybe not going to get a shield up again if we control this turn meter. Now the A3s are staggered. You see that? Oh, but we didn't reduce the the turn meter. Interesting. I mean, these champions have well above 220 accuracy, but again, we do have that little chance of everything being resisted. That's kind of annoying. Maybe I need to work on that, but, you know, it is what it is. So 1:23. It's still decent. This is what I usually get anyway. So I suppose that what this is going to do for me when they properly fix it is that every once in a while this run is going to be like 2 minutes. I've seen 2 minutes and 30 seconds as well. That's because you're just extremely unlucky. Your A3s keep hitting the shield. So when they do fix that, then we're going to hopefully have a more consistent about minute 10 seconds, 2 minutes and 30 seconds, right? Which is good, but again, I'm a little bit you know, disappointed that they couldn't exactly get this right on the first go. So that, like I said in the beginning, now we want to see, does Rosin Scarhide now not properly use his skill? Does Xavier still use Deadly Catalyst on this clan boss? So more testing is needed. Guys, just let me know what you think in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys later.